Hey guys, it's Britt. Tonight I'm here to react to two videos from Love Meg. One is an older video, one is a very new one that was just posted 17 hours ago. And I think this is a really good example of how quickly people can change when they experience growth on YouTube, and more importantly, financial growth on YouTube. So we're going to watch parts of both of these videos, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so the first video that we're going to react to was from May of 2018, and I did watch this once because I wanted to see, of course, is it something that I even want to show to you guys? Is it worth the time? This video, to me, if I came across this video and I knew nothing about Meg or anything else, I would think that this was a very relatable girl doing her makeup, not acting like a know-it-all or anything like that. I would find this girl relatable. So whether her style of makeup is like mine or her hairstyle, because she styles her hair in this video, is like mine, that doesn't really matter. I'm looking at the personality and the way that this video is delivered. I find her relatable. So let's watch the makeup section of this video, and then I'm going to show you guys the newer one. So let's get started.
Sharing with you guys how I get ready, and I'm so excited because I'm here supporting my friend Kimberly. She's one of my best friends on YouTube. She came out with her own makeup Sigma brushes. I am so proud of this girl. I remember her texting me the day that they reached out to her, and then here I am holding the box today. You guys definitely have to check her out, her channel out.
I noticed one thing. All of these mommy vloggers say that they're best friends with each other. Nobody on YouTube is best friends. Actually, I take that back. The only people in the makeup community I think are actually best friends is Desi Perkins and Katie. I do think they're actually best friends, but aside from that, none of these people give a damn about each other. I've talked about YouTube friendships before on my channel and how they're a sham. Nobody on YouTube is best friends. Nobody. Like, I have one person I would consider a good friend, Amanda Pants, y'all know her. I talk to her a lot, and I would consider her a dear friend. But it's just funny how they all say, this is my best friend, that's my best friend, we're so close, all of the good things. But you know for a fact, they're focused on them and them only. They're not cheering all these people on for growing on YouTube and, you know, being bigger than they are. They're all in competition with each other. They all copy each other. It's all fake and it's all phony. Remember that. And side note, my experience with Sigma brushes is not good. I wouldn't recommend Sigma brushes. If you guys want some affordable brushes, go with Real Techniques. You can buy them at Target, Walgreens, Walmart, any drugstore. They're amazing and they're really affordable.
Of course, the makeup brushes. I am so in love with the makeup brushes she came up with. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing that with you guys and how I use them. I'm also going to be sharing with y'all how I do my hair. Normally, it takes me less than 10 minutes to curl my hair, start to finish. And so I'm going to be sharing that with you guys today. Also, my very last disclaimer is that I am not a beauty guru. So I had to do this like super casual style, just sitting in my floor, because you guys have been asking me to do a get ready with me. And so I'm just doing it for you guys, and also to help my friend Kimberly out and shout out her makeup brushes. But this is totally out of my comfort zone. I'm a mama YouTuber. I like cleaning.
As far as her saying that her videos are unprofessional compared to beauty gurus and stuff, that's what people like. So I understand why she's saying that, but that's what people like. That's what got some of the beauty gurus a larger platform. Because they were relatable. They were sitting on the floor doing their makeup with not 18 ring lights and soft boxes and all of the things. They were relatable. That's what got them to the point where they are, and that's why their subscribers get so upset once they get to the point where they are completely unrelatable. Living in a 12-bedroom mansion with the highest production video. Like, that's not what people can relate to. So I get why she's saying that, but I always go back to, that's what people like. If you're relatable, stay relatable for the sake of your audience. And if you are in a position where you blow up and you get the big house and all of the things, you're in control of your content and the way that it's delivered. So you don't have to show your, mega mansion and your Rolls Royce and all of these things. You're in control of the content that's on your channel. So have a dedicated filming space and, make it feel like what people subscribe to your channel for. Does that make sense? I hope it does.
Also, before I start my makeup, I wanted to tell you guys about the primer that I'm using. I got this when I was at Playlist Live, but it is from Pop Beauty and it's 24 karat face base. I'm seriously loving this stuff. It's really good, and it has like these like gold, what do they call them? Gold pearls or something in here. It says it boosts the skin's radiance while creating a smooth, even toned, illuminated base for your makeup application. And I really do love this stuff. I've been using this.
As far as gold in skincare, makeup, whatever, first of all, the gold that's in that product is not finely milled enough to actually get through the nozzle and be deposited onto your face. If that's something that you were thinking was going to work, it won't. But secondly, even if you're putting pure gold flakes onto your skin, it has zero benefit as far as skincare goes. It makes the product look nice and it looks fancy and it looks expensive, but putting gold on your skin or incorporating it into your skincare has zero benefit.
With Kimberly's new brush, and I swear, like, my foundation has seriously never looked better. This brush was life-changing. Like, it's my favorite one in her collection, and I
know some people really love brushes, like kabuki brushes for foundation. I find that no matter what the brush is or what the foundation is, it is always streaky. So that could be a personal preference, but I am a beauty blender girl through and through. Once I got my beauty blender, I never looked back.
Just like put it on there like that, and I'm using the Revlon Color Stay in 250 beige or fresh beige. As most of you guys know, I do sell Mary Kay. That's about all I can say about that in this video though, because in the last video where I kind of announced that, I had to take it down because you're apparently not supposed to like promote that if you're like a YouTuber. So I had to take that down.
You're not supposed to promote that you sell Mary Kay if you're a YouTuber. I did not know that. Very interesting. Secondly, Mary Kay is an MLM, and we all know how I feel about MLMs on this channel. I can't stand them. As far as Mary Kay goes, it's funny because way back in the day when I was like 5, I think I was like 4, 5, 6 years old, my mom sold Mary Kay for a short period of time. She probably sold it for like a year and a half. I don't think it was very long at all. And I look back at that and I'm like, did she know that she was in an MLM and was just sold the dream? She was sold the, you can get rich or whatever. I really wonder about that. But as far as Mary Kay products, I don't care if I found the best product ever. I'm not going to buy it because Mary Kay is an MLM. I'll find a dupe somewhere else.
But I tried out the Mary Kay foundation. I tried out a few of them, and honestly, like, this one is still just the best. And through this video, I will tell you guys like what I feel like is worth the hype, what I feel like is not worth the hype. Seriously, do y'all see how smooth this looks? Oh my gosh. Like I said, I'm just obsessed.
The foundation that she's using here is very, very full coverage. You can tell that just by looking at the video quickly. I've always been on the side of tinted moisturizer, BB cream, CC cream kind of coverage, or if I'm going to use a foundation, it's going to be something very dewy and very light in coverage. I have imperfections. I have a little bit of discoloration, acne spots that healed not in the best way possible. And that's something that I've dealt with for many, many years now. But I would rather be able to see those than have a full coverage foundation on. I will say, if you're someone that has a very dark scar that, or, you know, like a patch of melasma that you are insecure about, I would recommend still using a lighter coverage foundation, but go over top of that spot or those, you know, couple of imperfections with a concealer. Instead of having a full coverage over the entire face, spot correct or conceal, and then use your lighter coverage foundations. I don't know, I just think that it's more youthful. It doesn't matte down the skin or cake up or anything like that. So I know that's a personal preference, but just saying. This foundation is probably about almost a shade too light for her. If you look at her neck and her chest, her face is much lighter than her neck and her chest is. Maybe that's what she likes doing, but I always recommend to try to make it a little bit more seamless, because even if you're blending the foundation down your neck, there's still going to be that line of demarcation somewhere in between where you stop blending it and where your chest is. So I think that instead of wearing something lighter, just make sure that you're taking the time to properly match, make sure that it blends in with your neck and your chest, and I think it's a much more natural result.
Struggle of someone with naturally dark eyebrows, like there's foundation all in it. We will fix that by the end of this video though. So now I'm using Mary Kay's Perfecting Concealer. This is definitely one of my favorite things from Mary Kay, and what I do is just kind of like draw triangles. I'm looking in the mirror over here, by the way. But I kind of just draw triangles under my eyes, and it really like brightens it up. As you guys saw, like in the beginning of this video, I have,
in my opinion, way too much concealer here. She took that foundation and she already put it under her eyes. So she already has a layer of foundation under her eyes. Now she's going in with a lot of concealer, when all that she had to do was not put foundation under her eyes and take the concealer and put a little bit in the inner corners, a little bit on the outer corners, blend that out, and it would have been much less harsh and bright. I don't like overly bright under eyes. I like for them to look healthy and brightened, but not full coverage bright to the point where it looks odd. Does that make sense?
It's a wonder my kids don't have it, to be honest, because by the time I was like Julian Ross's age, I had those dark circles. I just use a beauty blender, and I use the one with like the angle on there, and I just start patting away.
Okay. I don't want to be petty here, but for the love of God, if you're gonna film a makeup tutorial, can you please clean your sponge? Bare minimum. If your brushes are dirty or whatever, I mean, that's still not good because it can cause acne, and just clean your makeup brushes. But if you're gonna film a video, take 2 seconds and put some soap on your sponge and make sure that it's clean. That's all.
I'm just patting it in so it blends. I know right now like it looks like a lot, but it does blend in and it looks so pretty. So I know it still looks like a lot, but it is going to just like fade after I put this on, and it is Mary Kay's translucent powder. It's one of my favorites. All of these are like my new favorites, but what you have to do is, whoo, the dust. What you have to do is kind of just dump it over, and then there's powder in there. And then I just use one of these like small, I think you call these kabuki brushes. I don't know, like there's a reason why I'm not coming out with my own makeup brushes, because I don't know much about makeup. And then I just kind of like pat it all over. But I feel like this really helps like blend my, I'm like choking on dust over here. But I really feel like this helps blend my concealer and foundation and make it all kind of look like one.
The problem with using so much translucent powder, whether it's translucent or tinted, there's a lot of makeup on your face right now, and she's not going in between layers with something like a Fix Plus or a spray toner to knock down and not knock down the powder, but give more life to her skin. We have a full coverage foundation all over, including under the eyes, a crap load of concealer, and now a crap load of translucent powder all over the face. Like, to me, this is just sucking all the moisture out of her skin. It's completely just mattifying everything and taking any little bit of dewiness and like kicking it out of the park.
So now that that is done, I'm going to use my bronzer, and this one is also from Mary Kay. I think that they only have one bronzer, so it's going to be really easy to find. And then I just use this angled brush from Wet n Wild, and I believe I got this from the Dollar Tree. I like to do is, you guys see that line right there? I like to just put it right there, just to kind of like contour my face a little bit and like really warm it up, because as you guys can see, I'm a little bit darker than what my face.
I really hope that Mary Kay, if they only have one bronzer, I hope that they at least have numerous shades in their bronzer. Let's actually try to look, because if they have one shade of bronzer and that's the shade, that is the most non-inclusive thing I've seen. Yikes. Yeah, there's only one shade. No, that we cannot support brands that are non-inclusive in 2021. We shouldn't have been doing it 5 years ago. We shouldn't have been doing it 10 years ago. But bare minimum, we're not going to be supporting MLMs or brands that have one shade in their bronzer.
But that's only because I have self-tanner on right now, and I don't like putting self-tanner on my face because it breaks me out. So whenever I use that self-tanning lotion, my face is always a lot lighter than my skin tone actually is. So
right, so if her skin tone has self-tanner on it, but she doesn't put it on her face, she should still be matching her foundation to the rest of her body so that her face and jawline doesn't look ghostly, and then you have her body that is 1 to 2 shades deeper. It just doesn't add up when it's photographed or when people see you in real life. Like, it just doesn't flow. And I will say also about this bronzer, if it is bronzing her skin tone and doing a good job, why would we not have even one more shade of bronzer? If they had a light to medium and then a medium to deep, I would not be having this conversation right now. But the fact that this is their one shade is embarrassing.
And then I really don't like using like a darker foundation than what my face actually is, because I have a bad habit for like wiping my nose. So like by the end of the day, sometimes my makeup is gone right here. And if my foundation is darker than what my skin actually is on my face, then it's really noticeable. Whereas like if I just pick up something that actually matches my skin tone on my face, it's not as noticeable by the end of the day.
Okay, so I understand what she's saying, where rubbing your face or whatever, but even if she went one shade deeper, I don't think that it would be that noticeable. And on top of it, that's why they have, you could buy a powder foundation to touch up during the day. And isn't she at home all day anyway? So you rub your makeup off, you can touch it up. I don't understand what the big deal is, but if that's her preference, fine.
So I just like to use bronzer to really like bronze up my face. So it's not like as like white here and tan here. I'm not really doing this to like really contour my nose, because I'm really happy with the shape of my nose, but I like to just put some color in the middle of my face, because if I only put the color on the outside, it would look really weird. So I like to do that just on the inside.
I'm not doing this to contour my nose, but I'm gonna contour my nose. She didn't like dust it over the bridge of her nose, so like all for that, whatever, but I'm not gonna contour, but I'm gonna contour.
Now I'm gonna take my cream eye color, also from Mary Kay, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. I have used a mess out of this, but it's that color, and I just put this all along the base of my eyelid. I feel like it's better than a primer in some ways, because it really just makes my like eyeshadows pop. Anything that I put on there, like on top of it, it's gonna make it pop. And then also it goes on like a cream, and then it like within seconds it's like a powder. So like I can move it like this and it feels like powder. It doesn't feel like cream. Now I'm gonna use another one of Kimberly's brushes. It is this one.
I have such a problem with these mommy vloggers just throwing MLM products into their videos like it's no big deal. You cannot tell me that you are for empowering women and lifting women up and encouraging them to be stay-at-home moms, chase your dreams, do all the things, but then you're throwing in MLM products and or working with an MLM. Those two, for me, don't coexist. You cannot say, I care about women, but I'm okay with this company that preys on women, and over 96% of people that join MLMs don't make any money. And they consistently want women to join them, knowing the success rate is nothing. So any YouTuber that pushes an MLM, bad, but especially for the family vloggers, because I hear these moms so often say, you know, chase your dreams, you can do this, if I can do it, you can do it, and all of this kind of stuff. You don't care if you're pushing an MLM, period.
Right here that you use for the crease. And then I have my little Mary Kay palette here that I've made like for myself. Obviously these are the ones that I use the most, and I'll have them linked down below, but I just like put it in this one right here and tap it off a little bit. I wish I could remember what the name of that one is, but the cool thing about these is that you can kind of just like make up your own palette because they are magnetic. So all of these little pieces are separate and they come and they're magnetic, and then you just buy.
All of these products can be so easily duped, and not even duped, but better alternatives, and you're not supporting an MLM.
This thing separately and then pop them in there and make whatever kind of palette you want to. So that's really cool. It really saves you like when you're traveling too, because it's like I have all my favorites right here in this little case.
So many brands. Okay, Makeup Forever, Makeup Geek, MAC Cosmetics, all of these brands sell magnetic eyeshadows, blushes, highlighters. Sephora Collections, little single eyeshadows, they pop out of the component and are magnetic. I have a bunch in a Z palette and I absolutely love them. ABH is another one that has magnetic eyeshadows.
How pretty that is. Kimberly seriously did an amazing job with.
It's a brown eyeshadow. Don't get me wrong, I love neutrals too, but like it's a mid-tone brown shadow. It's not that unique, and it's from an MLM.
These brushes, like picking out the best ones. Like I know why she loves them, because I love all of them too. Now that I have all of my eyeshadow on, I am just gonna use this darker color right here and this brush that's from Mary Kay. All of my brushes are really dirty.
Her eyeshadow, really simple, but the one thing that I would say is blend, blend, blend. There's not enough blending going on. You can still definitely see where the edges could have been blended a lot more, just so that it was a little bit more seamless, a little bit more pulled together. But if she likes it, fine.
That is what it looks like. It's just an angle. Then on the other side, it just has like the eyebrow brushes. I just like combing those out really quick and then putting just a tiny bit of the dark color on here. And then for the most part, I will just like go over here and then blend it all out. I don't put much on at all.
How convenient that I just got an ad for Beauty Counter.
So I'm gonna have to look in the mirror for this, but I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. There you have it. That is all I do. And as you guys can see, this one looks a whole lot better than this one over here with like foundation in it.
I think her brows, she would be a really good candidate to just use a brow gel. Something that has some fibers in it, and it's just gonna lay the hairs down, keep them in place, deposit a little bit of color. I think the powder almost overemphasizes them, and not in a good way. So if I had bigger, bushier brows, which sometimes I wish I did, I right now only use a brow gel. So if I had more hair, I would definitely only use a brow gel, so that they just look natural and put together and not overly done.
So now I'm just gonna do this side, and I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see this too well because I've gotta look in the mirror for this. Like my viewfinder is like that small. So yeah, I've got to have like something a little bit bigger to look into when I do this part, and my eyeliner. After that, I just use my brow gel, also from Mary Kay, and it just has this like little brush on there. Looks like that, and then I just put it on my eyebrows just a little bit. But basically this is like hairspray for your eyebrows. So if you have naturally thick eyebrows,
that brush on that brow gel is gigantic. If you guys have seen the one that I use from ELF, it's much smaller and more precise. Also, the one from e.l.f. has small fibers in it that attach to the brow hairs as you deposit the product onto your brows. That one is most likely just a pomade, but I think that paired with the powder, in my opinion, her brows are overemphasized. I think she would do much better with just a brow gel.
And I'm gonna go in with my Mary Kay blush that I have over here and this e.l.f. blush brush and just put that right on top of where I put my bronzer. After that, I'm gonna take Kimberly's Last Sigma brush, and this one is E30, and it's this really skinny one like this, and I like to use it on my lower lash line. So I just take that same dark color that
Instead of using a pencil brush like that on my lower lash line, I used to use one. I still do once in a while, but I always use the MAC 217, and that is more fluffy and it diffuses the color a lot more. To me, I think that it looks a lot more natural. It's not as packed on like when I used to use the pencil brush. Sometimes I felt like it just wasn't diffused enough. It wasn't blown out enough. And with the 217, I'm able to really diffuse it. It looks amazing every single time. So instead of using a pencil brush, I would say use something a little fluffier, still small, but fluffier. And the end result just looks a lot more soft, if that makes sense.
I used for my eyebrows, and I just pop it like right underneath here, just to give it that really like smoky look. So that's the difference it makes, like between this eye and this eye. So now I'm just gonna do the same to this eye. Now I'm using my Mary Kay.
For her lower lash line, I would have also brought it in a little bit more, just so that it wasn't over here and then it just drops off to nothing. I would have just made a softer, more of like an ombre, so it wasn't just so off and on like it is for her end result.
I had this one for months and product is still coming out of it. I'm feeling like it's about time for me to get a new one just because I've had this one for so long, even though it's still working. I just used this to do my winged liner up here, and I'm gonna do my best. I might have to move you guys over so you guys can see what I'm doing. I have to look in the mirror for this part, so hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing here. So what I like to do is start in the middle. I never go like all the way down. I start my eyeliner right here, and then I just move out. Now I'm gonna start my winged part, and I will actually link below a video I did a long time ago. I believe it's still up. I've taken a few videos down that I wasn't really happy with the quality. I think it's still up, but it's how I do my winged liner. Like just.
She's actually taken a ton of videos off of her YouTube channel, and that's something else I was gonna talk about. Meg is someone who is embarrassed of her start on YouTube. I'm just gonna say it based on my seat and what I've seen. She's embarrassed of where she started. And all of her old videos showed that she wasn't always in the financial position that she is in today. So she has gotten rid of those videos. My opinion, I can't stand when YouTubers do that, because when I find a YouTuber, I want to go back and see what are their first videos like? What did they used to be? Are they the same person? Are they different? What did they look like 3 years ago, 4 years ago? Depending on when you find them. So I like being able to watch a lot of videos and see this person either change a little bit, a lot, whatever, as a subscriber. But she is someone who has deleted so many videos, it's almost mind-blowing. So good luck finding old videos unless they've been re-uploaded on other channels. But to me, it really just shows, for some reason, she cannot accept who she used to be. It's almost like she ran away from that person. It's very weird.
A video on how I learned how to do a winged liner, but what I like to do is basically draw a triangle and then just fill it in, like color it in.
Her winged liner isn't bad. I am the worst at winged eyeliner. I'm definitely not a pro, but the one thing I'll say for hers is her wings go straight out a little bit too much. I feel like if they were more arched upwards, the tail of the wing, it would lift up her eyes a little bit more instead of them just being like straight out.
And then the last thing I'm using is this Mary Kay Ultimate Mascara. This is my absolute favorite mascara ever.
She's selling the hell out of this Mary Kay stuff, isn't she? If y'all did not know that Mary Kay is an MLM, I'm sure that some of these products that people were interested in just because it's all that she's using.
I mean, seriously, like, look at the difference there. Best mascara ever.
I don't really see a remarkable difference. Maybe it's just me.
I swear, like, I have even tried going back to using the L'Oreal Paradise mascara, the one in the pink bottle that like everyone raved about and I love too. And one time I actually ran out of this and had an order coming, but I needed some foundation right away. So I went and just picked up.
There is no way that Mary Kay mascara is better than the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I'm telling you guys, I've used Lash Paradise for over 3 years now. Even over or under 3 years. It's been a long time. And I have tried so many other mascaras along the way. There is nothing that gives my lashes that much volume, that much length, doesn't smudge, it's not super clumpy, and it's easy to remove. The easy to remove part is important for me because I found that when I used to use mascaras that weren't as easy to take off at the end of the day, I would experience a lot more breakage, a lot more of my lashes coming out. Even if I was using a cleansing balm, I would still have a couple that would come out, and it caused a lot of issues. So Lash Paradise checks all the boxes for me. It's absolutely amazing. In my opinion, there's no need to worry about buying Mary Kay mascara. So that's it for the makeup part of that video. So this video, my 6 a.m. morning routine, spring 2021, was uploaded 12 hours ago. I think I said 17. It was 12 hours ago. So this is perfect timing. Let's see what she does. So she wakes up and immediately goes on her phone. You guys, this is something that I've had to keep myself in check about, especially over the last 6 to 8 months since YouTube has really picked up for me. I was getting up and immediately jumping on my phone and looking at comments, checking my DMs, looking at emails. I had to stop doing that because it was not the best way for me to start my morning. So I leave my phone off and she's on Pinterest, like whatever works for you is fine. But if you are someone who literally wakes up and rolls over and turns on your phone, try to restructure your routine so that you are waking up, giving yourself, 5 minutes, go make your coffee or tea or drink a glass of water or whatever your morning beverage is. Go walk your dog, wash your face, brush your teeth. Do those kinds of things before you jump into social media or emails or texts or anything like that. I have found that it's much more beneficial for me to give myself a few minutes before I jump into comments, because if I wake up and I have a negative comment or a weird DM or anything like that, which doesn't happen every day, but there have been a couple occasions where I woke up to that and it just starts my day off wrong. So I had to restructure it. I take Axel for a walk, get him his breakfast, do all those things before I even turn my phone on. So just a piece of advice, whatever works for you is fine, but if you're that type, maybe give yourself a week of where you don't turn on your devices for 20 minutes until after you wake up, and you can kind of give yourself a few minutes to get ready for the day, and then jump into everything news, social media, because it can be a lot, especially right now.
I love these, but while I'm in here, I'm just going to scroll a little bit more on Pinterest because why not? This is my me time and my time to relax before the day gets busy.
I'm sorry, this again is just the way that I look at it. If you're giving yourself a spa night to unwind and actually relax, do not take your phone in the bathroom. Now, I'll be real with you guys. Usually if I'm in the shower, I'll listen to a YouTube video that I don't need to be watching, if that makes sense. But if I actually need to unwind and unplug, I'm not taking my phone in there. Just to constantly be on your phone, and you know that Meg is the type of person that is on her phone literally every waking minute of the day. Just give yourself an hour of no phone time. I promise you it will change your life. If you're feeling stressed out, where you feel like I really need a spa night, leave your phone on the charger or, on the dresser or whatever, and give yourself that 45 minutes or hour to do a mask, take a bath, burn some candles, like do all of those things. You don't constantly need to be on your phone. For me, sitting on my phone is not relaxing. For me, relaxing is having no screen time and just being there with my thoughts or hanging out with Axel and not having my phone in my face. But I get that's personal preference. Some people have a very hard time literally putting their phone down for 45 minutes and taking a bath.
Now it's time for my skincare routine, and I like to do this after my bath because I feel like the bath gets my pores nice and opened up. And I've been using these Tula products and I am so obsessed with them, and I wanted to thank Tula for being our sponsor for today's video.
Okay, I want to look at these Tula products because I have seen them at Ulta. Let's look. To me, these seem much more like sort of teen skincare products. They don't seem like they would really add anything to my skincare routine, but let's take a look, because it's a lot of like probiotics and antioxidants, and I do subscribe to Dr. Dre on YouTube, and she's talked a lot about antioxidants in skincare. Do they work? Do they not? And there's really no concrete studies that show using antioxidants is really going to be a game changer for your skincare routine. So let's look. They don't have a ton of products, but their face cleanser is $28. They have an eye balm that's $28. They have a primer in 2 sizes, $34 and $54. A day and night cream, 3 sizes, it goes up to $82. They have an SPF that's 36. Another eye balm that's 30. Vitamin C serum that's 48. Glycolic acid toner that is up to $42. Acne gel and a toner pad. I know a lot of people really like their vitamin C serum. If you guys need a recommendation for a vitamin C serum that is not $48 and I've used, go to Whole Foods or Ulta or Mad Hippie's website, and you can get the Mad Hippie vitamin C serum. It's fantastic. It's good for acne prone skin. It has shown results as far as, brightening for me. You guys know I've had some acne scars that have healed, this like dark pink color that I've dealt with. And I do feel like using the Mad Hippie one over time has really helped me. I like it, and it's not $48, and I've really enjoyed the results. But of course, she's gonna love Tula because they are sponsoring this video. The one thing I'll say is when influencers team up with skincare products or skincare brands to sponsor videos, I will not agree with accepting a sponsorship from a skincare company unless you've been using those products for a minimum of 30 days. I guarantee she has not been using these consistently for 30 days. I would almost guarantee it, maybe a week or two, but in order to even start to see results from a skincare product, you need to give it at least those 30 days so that when you actually do the sponsored video and you come to your platform of how many 555,000 people listening, you can say, I've been using this for a month and these are my results. Whether or not the results are honest or not, we'll never know. But I don't like the this is the brand, they're sponsoring me, it's amazing, it's all the good things, when it's not being paired with this is how long I've been using it. But at the end of the day, she could say anything and the trust is gone because many people do not trust influencers anymore.
And Justin actually got me Tula skincare products back in 2019 for my Christmas present, and I have loved them ever since. So Tula is a doctor-founded, clean and effective skincare and wellness brand where 100% of the products are formulated with probiotics and superfoods.
And I don't care for wellness brands either. I don't know what the wellness side of their, oh, they have vitamins. They have gummy vitamins. Yeah, I don't care for the whole wellness industry. You guys probably already know that. But as far as it being doctor founded, okay, that's fine. To me, a lot of doctors can attach their names to brands or products, and it doesn't really hold its weight in water because the doctor could just be doing that because it was a good business opportunity.
And probiotics are a powerful natural ingredient that helps restore the natural balance of your skin.
And as far as these products being superfood, I know that that's something that they really fall back on a lot. Putting food on your skin does nothing. As far as the internal diet, that's one thing, but putting watermelon and blueberries and kale on your skin is not going to do anything.
Microbiome, it soothes and nourishes your skin and boosts the appearance. And they are also cruelty-free and never tested on animals. But in the mornings, I will use the Cult Classic Purifying Face Cleanser.
And you guys notice her setup 2 years ago compared to today. This is a completely different, I feel like a good way to describe Meg is she is the personification of new money. So if you look at her growth and what she's gone through on YouTube and on social media, when I think of new money, I think of someone like Meg.
And after I have washed my face with that, I'm just going to take it off with a wet rag. And I like to bring my washcloth in here to my vanity. That way I can actually like sit down and enjoy my skincare routine instead of just like standing up by the sink. This definitely feels like just part of my me time in the morning. Now I'm just going to put the toner on, and I just put this on a cotton pad, and you don't need much, just 1 to 2 pumps. But this smooths out your complexion and evens out your skin. And then I'm going to use the Hello Radiance Illuminating Serum, and I just do 2 pumps of this.
Considering this is a sponsored video, she's not telling anything about the actual products that she's using. All that she's saying is this is the product, it's illuminating, it's moisturizing. I would really like to see, if it is a sponsor video, bare minimum, at least like go over some of the ingredients, or read some of the reviews, or do something aside from just spouting out these products. It makes it feel very artificial to me.
Fingers and apply it that way, and this targets the appearance of dark spots and dull skin, giving you a brighter looking complexion. And the last
So it targets dark spots and all of the things, but what are the ingredients that actually do that? What are some of the highlighted ingredients? These are the kinds of things that could have been paired with that in order to give your audience a little bit more information.
This product I'm using is the 24/7 Moisture, which is obviously the moisturizer, and I rub this in and I wait a few minutes and let that sink in before doing my makeup. But I also wanted to let you guys know I've got an awesome deal for you guys. If you go to tula.com and enter the code LOVEMEG, you're gonna get 15% off your Tula order. So be sure to check that out. I'll have all that information down below in the description box.
The funny thing is, you don't have to use Meg's code. If you go to tula.com and you put in your email address, you'll get 15% off. So this is not really that exclusive. This is literally just her way of making money. Anyone can go to tula.com, put in your email address, and you will get 15% off. Did you see how dirty that little drawer was where her sponges are? I will throw up a picture. I have one of those silicone beauty blender cases, and I've had that for a really long time. I really love it. It stores your beauty blender, and it actually has holes in it so you can wash it, or if it's still damp, you put it in the case and it's not in a super enclosed container. But I really love that. It keeps it clean. It keeps it out of, you know, my other makeup brushes or from sitting in a dirty drawer. And we can see for this video, she is still not cleaning her sponges before she films the video. Great.
My moisturizer sink in for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna start putting on my makeup, and I get asked a lot if I do my makeup every day, and I do it most days because I definitely do feel like it makes me more productive and motivated, and sometimes things come up during the day, and if I'm not wearing makeup, it definitely makes me feel a little bit more lazy, like I don't want to go to the grocery store.
You don't want to go to the grocery store because you don't have makeup. That is the most shallow comment that I've heard. I could not imagine saying I am not going to go to the grocery store today because I don't have my makeup on. I understand that having makeup on makes people feel better and all of those things. It makes me feel a little bit better too. But for her, it seems like without makeup, there is absolutely nothing getting done that day.
I run and get something out in public basically if I need to, if I'm not wearing makeup. So I definitely feel a lot more productive when I do. But with that being said, I do take days off, like probably 1 to 2 days a week where I just don't do my makeup, especially if I don't have to be on camera that day. But I am including clips of what makeup products I am using just so you guys can see. I've done so many get ready with me's on YouTube, and I'm definitely a creature of habit. When I find products that I love, I tend to stick with them for a few years. Whenever I try new makeup products, it's probably because they're out of what I normally get, and then I end up loving something else. And I've never been really picky about makeup anyway, so I'm definitely a creature of habit, like I said. So I'm just gonna pop up what products
I still think that she could be blending her eyeshadow a lot more so that it's not as harsh, but it really wouldn't take that much effort, even if you're trying to do it quickly. I think that taking an extra 60 seconds just to make sure that your eyeshadow is blended, it can make a huge difference. And I noticed that she's still using the powder in her brows 2 years later. That's fine if that's what works for her, but I still think that it would be much more flattering if she would just use a brow gel and call it a day. So she's using that Lash Paradise again. I wonder what happened to that fantastic Mary Kay mascara that she was so happy about and said was so much better than the Lash Paradise. I wonder what happened. So anyway, we're not going to watch the hair portion of her video because I don't really care. One thing that I will say I appreciate is that she shows affordable makeup products. So even though this is 2 years later and it was just uploaded today, she is still using affordable products, which I can appreciate, but she's still throwing in Mary Kay products, and that kind of negates everything else that she's showing because she's still tossing in products from an MLM, and I will hold everyone to the same set of standards where I do not agree that these products from MLMs are just being shown to 555,000 people. And knowing the predatory nature that MLMs have, and the fact that so many of the influencers try to say that they are for women and all of these things, still knowing that most people fail that join an MLM just really doesn't sit right with me. So anyway, good job on showing drugstore makeup, but horrible job on being part of an MLM, showing products from an MLM. I'll never like it. So anyway, yeah, my overall thoughts is Meg is the exhibit A of new money. And I don't think that, you know, money can do a lot of things, but it can also not do a lot of things. And it's also really unfortunate that she has gotten rid of so much of her old content. And even though she's gotten rid of a lot of her old content, you can still find older videos and see what a dramatic change she has gone through as far as being relatable and the content that she's putting out on her channel. So anyway, those are my thoughts on this. I think I'm going to do this for a couple of other family vloggers just to review like an old get ready with me versus a new one and see how their presence on camera has changed. Are they using different products? What's the filming setup like? Are they still relatable? So I think this would be interesting, but let me know if you guys want to see that. Maybe I'll do one more and kind of test the waters and then wait for you guys to chime in as well. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.